Welcome to day 5 of Teresa's tips, tricks, techniques, and twists as she's combining classic product with some brand new product.
Today we've got lots of florals, bling, and pastels from Teresa.
That sounds interesting. And we're going to have some options for you. Come play with us. The basis of today's webisode is this Floral Stackin, and it's full of lots of goodies.
Lots of elements and fun colors.
Yes, there are going to be three different color combinations. So we'll start with this yellow based. You can see the tulips on there, and we've got a yellow tone on tone. We've got the diamond. You're going to get 24 papers in this pack. The purple is staying in this combination with the green, duplicate of the paper of the tulips, and you can see that there's 2s of each of them. Okay, and that purple. Now we're going into the pink and red combination. Also has some green in there. Love those tulips. And stripe and swirls. And the blue with these flowers. How pretty. How pretty.
Poppies and tulips.
Yeah, kind of a watercolor look. Yeah. Stripes. Anytime you have a floral and you put a geometric with it, that's usually a very good combination. Now, I don't know if I said it, but there are 24 sheets. You can see that you get 2 of all of them. And
now we're going into a different color.
Yes, this is a cardstock. So you're going to get 6 cardstocks, and I like the fact that there's kind of distressing that they're
textured a little bit.
Yeah, in the design rather than actually textured. Now, so we also get a purple. Now, here we go into
the die cuts.
The die cuts. Now, these are reversible. So you're going to see a pattern on one side, and you're going to see solids on the other.
So if you want to stamp something on this side, it matches as well as on the other side.
Yeah, there you go. So very neat. You can see that there are
different
buttons.
Shapes. Oh, some of them have the little cuts so that you can thread ribbon through them.
Very nice. So you can see that we're going to get them from each of the color combinations.
Right, so they're going to match the papers perfectly.
Right. And there are 255 of these, just
frames
in case you're
putting
counting.
Photos in.
Right.
Or for scrapbooking or for cards.
Exactly. Borders. Really nice. Now, pretty soon, in fact, right here, we're getting into the stickers. There are 354. And I know that this is on its side, but that's just to show it to you. So some have words, some are plain, so you've got that option.
So you can stamp on them.
Right.
You can use them as is.
Again, a sheet in each of the color combinations.
I love the flowers. There's flowers as hearts.
Yes.
You can use them for lots of different
Pretty
occasions.
shapes. And then we have alphabets and borders in each of the color combinations. So lots of stuff, but we're not done.
Also, Teresa has been using this pastel cardstock, so we wanted to show you this is also available. And all of these different colors that match the colors that you just saw on the paper pack quite well.
And of course, cardstock is great anytime. Okay, now let's get started. We will show you some scrapbook pages in a minute, but let's go through the cards that Teresa has done. And I love the stacking. Stacking works so well of taking those die cuts.
And the papers and layering them. In this one, there's actually the design toolkit number 4 was used in the back here.
And here are those kits, just in case you haven't seen them. They are pieces that are linked together on a chain. You can remove them as you wish.
Individual templates.
And then you also get some evacuated shapes that you can use. So you can see there's stars, there's banners, there's pennants.
Right. This one is right here. It's a vintage cutaway. So this design that you're seeing here fits right there on that background piece that she did.
And then she matted it.
And she's run some ribbon along here and used some of the die cut scroll work and the green.
Right, and then she's put some of the pearls on it. I think, yeah, there we go. So
these are adhesive. You just peel them off and stick them on.
Right, and you get, I think there's like 72 on here. There's quite an array. Inside, again, use the design tool, and life isn't a matter of milestones, but of moments,
And
as
so
we all
that's-
know.
Yeah, and that's right from the stickers that's already journaled on there for
Right.
you.
A little bit of ribbon if you like,
Oh,
the pearl.
This is also from the toolkit.
Right. So again, matted, so there's some definition between that and the background. So
Sweet little card. Very simple card.
And coming into just what a really nice thing those swirls do. Just add, it makes the designs larger by expanding the design. And I love the idea of letting that overlap some of the other elements.
Right, and here we've got the ribbon coming in and out of one of those small tags, and it's been stamped on with the Just a Little Greetings stamp set.
And just in case you haven't seen that, this is the Just a Little Greeting. It's a 3x5 area.
It's got 32 stamps on there and all of these different sentiments, so you can use them for just about any occasion.
And the reason this stamp set exists is because you told us that you love the little sayings on our tiny stamps, but wanted a whole collection.
I see. And they're great because they fit on all kinds of tiny little spots, and maybe you'll get to the end of a card and go, gee, what am I going to put there? Oh, this will fit.
Right, right. Now, these are the pearl blossoms, and you can see we've used these in other days in green and black. And I'm showing you green and black because I don't have the red ones for some reason.
Well, there's the red ones. Look, see? They're just like that.
Thank you, thank you. And these are the pearls. You may have these in your stash. If not, these are the 5mm ones.
And they fit perfectly on that scalloped border.
Yes, very nice. And it also matches the pearl that comes in the blossom, so that's good. This is a doily cutting die, one of Teresa's favorites. And you can use that, or you could use a paper doily and color it with an ink pad.
Sure.
Or mist it inside. P.S. I love you. How sweet.
And there's another one of the doilies sitting on top of a strip of the striped and dotted paper.
On top of the
Across.
tulips.
It makes it look like a big ribbon running across back there.
It does, doesn't it? And I love the things overlapping. I just think that's...
I don't know if you can see this. The tiny little tag from one of the die cuts. There's a pearl and stamped on there, XOXO.
Very nice. Very sweet. Now here is another of this family. And I appreciate the fact that Teresa took a corner treatment and just added one on the front of her card. I mean, it's heavy enough that it's offsetting the happy birthday.
Right. And the interesting thing is that it's the same pattern as this paper, but when you foam tape something up like that, you get this little shadow, and so that's a natural border.
Actually, let's get in close, and you can see that Teresa made sure she lined up the pattern. Do you see how it matches?
Yeah.
Of course it does. That's our Teresa.
That's great. And one of the die cuts here with a button on the center. Floral
And
button.
the happy birthday you saw yesterday.
Happy birthday cutting die. That's one of our new cutting dies.
Right, just in case you didn't see it yesterday, there it is.
And interesting that the ribbon actually goes right over the sentiment, but it's so large that there's no missing what it is,
Yeah.
and so it really adds to it.
Now this card is 5 inches wide, so you can see that the happy and the birthday fit very nicely on that. On the inside, she did it again, this time using the pattern paper.
Right, and added some of the letters from the kit, Happy Birthday to you.
Very nice. Again, layering and another corner treatment. Now, this is interesting because I would have expected Teresa to offset it in another
Put it in
corner.
another spot.
But this time,
it's an echo of the front.
yeah,
very
it
much.
is. Very nice. Okay. Now we're going to, this is the last card of this grouping, and you can see that she's woven ribbon through that die cut.
So we've had all of these pastels, and here still you can see along the edge there's the matting is from the pastel cardstock.
Okay.
And then to add this bright red accent is just very cute. I
So
like
she's
that.
done it with the ribbon as well as with the bling
With the
set.
bling.
And this comes with a variety of sizes, so
Very useful. And those green gumdrop buttons, the one is right in the center of that swirl ribbon. It makes it a very nice accent there.
it looks like you just have to have at least the green ones because I think she's used them every day.
Just a little bit of sparkle can add so much.
And, you know, this is a fairly good size pattern. I mean, it's not giant, but it's significant, and yet she has positioned this particular die cut over the top. So you see the flowers peeking.
Right. And what I like about this is it looks to me like this is floating on a pool with the flowers
it
back there.
does.
It kind of does. And then the ribbon is laced through that die-cut border.
And adding a little of the die cuts with Happy. I also like the fact that she put crystals on the inside of those little flowers.
Very so pretty.
And on the inside, let your spirit soar, and then happy birthday again with the Just a Greeting stamp.
This is it is the tiny little treatments that sometimes draw your eye right in.
Let's get in close.
There's a little tiny bit of ribbon that's looped over, and the ends are cut in a tiny little V shape. And then that gumdrop button.
And you know, when you're talking about tiny things, your voice goes up.
Does.
Little tiny things. Very sweet. Okay, now we've got some options for you. Teresa was really pleased that it was so easy to create this card, that this is one of the pieces that is left blank. For scrapbooking, you might use it for journaling, but for card making, what a great border it makes.
And it's got this is actual artwork of a ribbon up at the top, so you don't have to add a ribbon, and it fits on there just perfectly. There's no cutting involved.
Also, look how she lined it up with the stripe in the paper of the dot and stripe paper.
It's a nice look.
Now, the option, you might ask, what is it? Well, Teresa has used the tinsel embossing powder and stamped a butterfly on the yellow paper. Just a beautiful look.
A gorgeous focal.
Used the Great Big Hope die cut with some crystals. Gail took another look at it and decided, you know, we've got some other butterfly things that we could do.
Right. This is from our tangerine foil paper toll
set. It's this set. It has this butterfly.
So I just layered the butterfly elements on top of each other and actually drew in the antennae up on top.
Okay.
Added some pave crystals.
Okay, so
But
following.
there are other ways you can do this. There are other options. We have the stacked silver butterfly and dragonfly stickers. So there's a really large one right here that would fit on that spot just perfectly. You could even back it with a pattern paper.
You could, or because you can color dazzles, if you took a Spectrum Noir pen or alcohol ink or Stays On ink pad and tapped it, you'll be able to change the color to go with the purple.
I feel like I need to turn that over because it's kind of hard to see.
Okay.
That. There's the butterfly right there.
Okay.
It was very hard to see it the other way. And it is large enough to cover up
to fill that spot.
That butterfly. There's another dazzle option. It's the double stick piece butterfly stickers. So you can stick those. There's a large butterfly on there, and there's a larger one there.
Let's turn it over again, and it's harder to see.
Well, you can see one there. You can stick that on your focal and then sprinkle glitter over it.
Glitter.
And then you get a more similar look to what Teresa has accomplished.
So glitter or micro beads. So just a lot of fun ways to use it, and I appreciate that. That's nice to have.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are going into the red and green set. And look at how striking this is. Now, what Teresa's goal was to have this layers of borders, and she used a new product for that, and it is called Edge It.
The Edge It border system.
Right, and we showed this the other day, but it does have all of these cutting dies in it. So this is a collection of cutting dies. They're all edges, obviously. And it also comes with those same dies in a digital format if you also happen to have like a silhouette or an electronic cutter. So Teresa did just...
So it's got a double value.
Yeah.
And here she used it 3 different times on the front. There's on cardstock here, and up at the top.
Okay.
And she laid them on top of strips of paper, different strips of paper, adding them and just laying them on top of each other to get the width that each one that she wanted.
And her goal was to have varying widths. So she purposely did not keep them the same width, but she did, however, line up the stripes, as you can see.
Line up the stripes and let some of the tulips stick out
kind
here.
of peek out from there.
You know, from here you can't really tell that they're tulips, so they sort of match the rose design, or almost looks like it is a rose.
Looks like a blossom.
This is a great rose stamp that goes the length of it, and she colored that in with Spectrum Noir.
Right.
But we have other options. We also have a small rose stamp that would work great there as well.
Okay, so it's got a whole, so again, options. She's added some pearls. And oh, look at the red pearls. Teresa took white pearls and she colored them with her Spectrum Noir pens. And again, you can use alcohol ink, you can use StazOn ink pad, but it just lets you get some different options.
Right. And when you color those in, I would be sure and color them in on the package that they come in.
Good point.
And then stick them on here so you're not coloring all over your card.
Good idea. On the inside, she's done the same thing. It's shifted over to the left side.
I love the little tab, the little die cut
sweet.
love tab there, like it's filing. You're filing it.
Same thing with the borders, just layering them all. You know what? I don't think we showed the inside of that butterfly card. Shame on us, and people will yell at us. Yeah, let's show it.
So here's the front of that butterfly card, and there's the inside.
Okay.
It was stamped again with tinsel on a different color paper, so you get a bit of a different look.
This time on a purple. And again, layering those die cuts and stickers.
Warbling. Beautiful.
Okay.
That's a card front, and that's a card front.
It is.
Sorry, but
Thank you, Teresa. And we have this one, which again is an artful use of those die cuts. So you can see the frame has been, a piece of paper was stamped first. And
Right, and what she tends to do is lay the frame down, lightly trace around so that she knows where she's going to stamp. Remove the frame, do the stamp, and then erase the lines and put the frame back on top of the paper.
Right. And you can see the swirls. So the layers are the paper, then the frame, and the frame is foam taped on top.
Right, and then you have the die cuts, and she actually took these swirl die cuts and the heart and kind of hooked them together. You can see it wrapped around onto the heart.
That heart has been entwined in the swirl and layered a little tag.
And then we have the acrylic pearl blossoms. We have the gumdrop buttons, the pearls.
And this is another of the edget, so just giving you a nice view of all those.
There are also borders in the kit that you could use along there, I think, too.
And there's another one, and then more swirls on top. Now,
I love that. That's just part of the border, too. It's been cut off so that it doesn't extend past the edge of the paper.
Right, so she used the same pieces on the inside, same types of pieces. Now, scrapbooking, card making, we know, but how about a gift bag? And Teresa said that she really loved the florals and felt that they would be strong enough, design-wise, to stand on their own on a gift bag. And she's right, of course.
Sure, and add a little bit of the doily up at the top. This is an oval doily that she cut down just to use part of, and then this would be a border.
The border doily, right. So here's the oval. So it's really substantial, 6.5 by 10. Now, if you saw this, online or in the store, you might think, I'm never going to use something that big. But not so.
Right, you can use parts of it. You can use little pieces of that and even fold it up and use it for different uses.
Turn it on its side. It's going to fit into a long piece. There are border strips, and I'm happy that we carry those because they're not easy to find.
So it's nice. There's that layering again. 1, 2, 3. You've got the border up at the top. Then we have one of the tags down here with one of the sentiments always on there, already on there, and a sticker.
And these are the wildflower paper flowers with, again, the gumdrop and just a beautiful look. I'm going to quickly go through the scrapbook pages just to let you see some versions. So we'll get in close. And you can certainly do some simple scrapbooking of letting your photos be there and just really maximizing those die cuts and stickers, as you can see.
So I love how the die cuts here are framing the lettering that are also from the
And those are all the stickers, so that's going to work. There is a simple one. Now, I also want to point out that although we had all of those flowers, there are stripes in here, and you can do masculine pages. So this isn't just a girls only thing, but you can see, again, using those borders effectively.
These great bracket die cuts around the journaling. That's a nice touch.
Here's another layout of a family, and what I like about this is it is using different background papers. This of the floral, using the floral in a smaller area and putting on one of the others, and I like that.
Small photo accents with the die cuts on top of and underneath.
And I also like the fact that Lene decided that, okay, there's a stripe that has red and green. Let's make it into a Christmas. So she did some Christmas letters and made that into her scrapbook page. So very fun.
Great.
Using the letters in it. Dear Santa Claus, very nice to be able to do that in such a substantial way on her page.
So it's floral and Christmas and
it's
masculine.
Everything all together. Lots of options. Teresa, thank you so much for making this week possible. But
thanks for being here for our week of Webisodes.
yes, and we'll see you next week.